Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I wanted to remind everybody, Link2 is my sponsor. Nvidia stock's been going crazy because of the AI, and it's a chip maker and all that. Anthropic's going to be added to the Link2 platform today. Let's see, I think it's at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Anthropic's an AI company. They've got, let me see here, it'll be back on... competitor to OpenAI and maker of ChatGPT. Amazon invested like $4 billion in Anthropic. So anyway, AI is the next big thing. But the big thing right now, so go check it out, it's linqto.com. But right now, the biggest thing is the Ethereum ETF. And old Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin maxis, their worst nightmare was to actually have competition by digital assets that actually have utility where Bitcoin does not.
When Ethereum is not going to be approved, sometime this summer it'll be very clear to everyone that Ethereum is deemed a crypto asset security, not a commodity. After that, you're going to see that Ethereum, BNB, Solana, Ripple, Cardano, everything down the stack is just a crypto asset security unregistered. None of them will ever be wrapped by a spot ETF. None of them will be accepted by Wall Street. None of them will be accepted by mainstream institutional investors as crypto assets. This is the one universal consensus accepted institutional grade crypto asset in the world. There won't be another.
How to become a horse's behind in one speech.
When Ethereum is not going to be approved, sometime this summer it'll be very...
Let me get rid of that. Then there was this. This was wild. I'm not going to play it because there's music being played. Somebody had an XRP is not a security sign on Trump's forehead. Look, folks, Trump was in the Bronx yesterday. This guy has turned the Democrat Party upside down at this point. He's now taken over the whole crypto narrative, thanks to Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren. No, let this be a lesson, folks. And there's a lesson in life about being humble. And what's happened to Elizabeth Warren and really has happened to Gary Gensler is these are little people. These are people who were given power, and it all went to their head, and they tried to take advantage because they were given power. And this is a lesson, especially to you young people out there. If you're ever given a large amount of power, be humble. Don't be arrogant in your power, because Gary literally was giddy being able to wield his power against the crypto industry all these years. People like that, bullies tend to get what's coming to them, and these people right now look like horses' asses. I'll just say it. I mean, and they deserve far worse than what they're getting right now. And especially Gary, that guy, what a piece of crap. Now, I want to remind everybody, the entire time we were uncovering ETHgate, what we said was, this is not about hurting Ethereum. This is about getting a level playing field. And that is all we ever wanted. And I do not stop bringing up ETHgate and these things until we have a level playing field. Ripple's still in a lawsuit. There is no XRP ETF as of yet. That might change soon. So the way I see things is I will keep reminding everyone of ETHgate until there's a level playing field. And a level playing field means XRP gets to play on the field with Bitcoin and Ethereum so we can find out which asset is better. That's what I've said all along. Now, that does not mean that the Bill Hinmans of the world and all the people involved in ETHgate do not need to pay the price for what they did. If there was any criminality or anything like that, they should all pay for it. Lubin, all those people. So that's kind of where I stand. I'm glad Ethereum got an ETF, but we got to have the level playing field. Now, Eleanor Terrett tweeted this out. I've been seeing this question asked a lot lately, especially relevant now. The Wells notice that Consensys received was related to its MetaMask swaps and staking, not ETH's potential status as a security. The SEC's investigation into Ethereum was disclosed separately by Consensys in its lawsuit against the regulator. And the point here, folks, is the SEC and Consensys in their lawsuit, it's almost like a coordinated effort to intentionally shine the spotlight on everything after the Ripple lawsuit or after the merge, because where all the real bodies are buried and the potential corruption and all kinds of shadiness is from the ICO through Ripple being sued. That is what needs to be looked at. We should have the Ethereum ETF, but that needs to be looked at. Just in, BlackRock spot Ethereum ETF has been listed on the DTCC. This was yesterday. SEC approved. Let me hit the refresh. SEC approved the following ETFs: Grayscale, Bitwise, iShares, Ethereum Trust, BlackRock, Van Eck, Ethereum Trust, ARC21, Invesco Galaxy, Fidelity, Franklin, and then Van Eck has put out their first Ethereum commercial, which I'm not going to play because it's got music over it. I don't know if there's any copyright stuff. This is what you all need to hear.
The ETH ETF proves a very basic assumption that the Bitcoin ETF will not be the only ETF or traditional financial market vehicle through which the average institutional investor and consumer can access cryptocurrencies. It will extend beyond Bitcoin to, in this case, ETH. But I personally feel that that's really just the beginning. Just like many systems and protocols initially list Bitcoin and ETH, and then eventually list a multitude of other tokens, that is really the trajectory that we're on. So on the one hand, it's significant because the ETH community likes it and it relates to the ETH community. On the other hand, it is a sign of a very clear trend that not only Bitcoin, not only ETH, but many other tokens out in the world will end up getting their own ETFs at some point, allowing the larger global capital markets to interact with that financial product.
Okay. So then Brad Garlinghouse weighed in. Big momentum in the crypto this week. ETH ETF passed and bipartisan support on crypto legislation. Feels like hell has frozen over. You got that right. Then he tweeted this out. For whatever reasons, I've been hanging on to this one for a while. Probably my all-time favorite from the XRP community. It's been hanging on a wall in my house. But with all this momentum in the market, I wanted to share it. Laugh now, but one day XRP will power the world. This is very dangerous to show something like this. The crypto police are watching, and I warned Brad Garlinghouse. The crypto police do not allow you to say things that are this potentially bullish. XRP could power the world? That's almost like making a statement like Miguel Valles made, where Ripple had a simple goal of making XRP a world reserve digital asset, or a world reserve digital currency. It was one of those. You're not allowed to be this positive in the XRP community. The bad guys are out everywhere. They're not bad guys. They're the crypto police. They appointed themselves as people that can tell you how to think, what to say, what's okay to say, what's not considered okay to say, and how you should say it. Not all communities have the crypto police, but we do. Build and mint on the XRP Ledger. And why? We should finish and say, why did they appoint themselves? Well, they appointed themselves because they are so much smarter than you and enlightened, and they understand the technology better than you do. And only they can tell you what's right and what's wrong, because they are the chosen ones. They are the smartest. They're smarter than you, and they should be your school teacher. All right, build and mint on the XRP Ledger. New York, New York, Times Square. It's about time for me to go back. I went to the proper party, but I didn't do any exploring. I haven't been back since Well, since stuff you can't talk about on YouTube, I'll mention it in the private group at DAIXRP.com. Congress approves H.R. 5403 CBDC Anti-Surveillance Act. They don't want a CBDC in the United States. I get it. Then crypto law, the tide is turning, and Gary Gensler is now becoming a politically isolated in Washington. His war on crypto has failed. White House will not issue a veto threat against FIT 21 crypto bill. Man, it looks like things could get really interesting. And then Brad Garlinghouse goes and does this, folks. He liked the following 3 tweets. XRP ETF next, please. XRP next. XRP ETF. Now, in DAIXRP.com, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to tell you, I think I may have told, but some of you didn't hear it. At XRP Las Vegas, I heard that Brad Garlinghouse had addressed this XRP ETF. I'm not going to say who he said this to, but I'm going to tell you what he said. Okay? And by the way, hello to Johnny from the UK, who provided us with this Zippo that is annoying people left and right. Okay. So we're going to go into DAIXRP.com, and all we're going to talk about is that the XRP ETF and the potential other XRP ETFs. What would be the top 10 most likely to come next? I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. It's all about the future ETFs. Here we go.